Coming up on a Get Loud podcast, we'll look back at the game.
We have to.
We also
going to look back at the season.
And we're going to look ahead as well. What's next?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, it's the off season. It's the off season. How you doing, everyone? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Fred Smoot, Michael Jenkins. I know.
I'm hurt.
I know it hurts.
The fan base hurts, but it's a good pain because to feel this pain, you had to get to the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to feel this pain, you had to have a winning season. Mm-hmm. To feel this pain, you had to have a Rookie of the Year at quarterback. To feel this pain, you had to win 14 games in a season, which hasn't been done here and never. I think like since 77.
14 games?
14 games.
91?
91. So it's like, this is a privilege to feel this pain, if you know what I mean, Jenks.
No, it's tough because when you're in it and you think you can win, because I thought we were going to win. No, I believe that. Yes. I know this team believed that. You got to give it a little time and kind of let the hurt sink in and then kind of fade, and then you can say, but also we won 4 games last year.
Yeah, this was a hell of a ride. Yes. I want to start off and thank the ownership, head coach, the players, Adam Pete. Hell of a ride you've taken us on this year. Very unexpected.
Yeah.
Like, when you say, here go a rebuild, which coach said it wasn't no rebuild, we're recalibrating. Mm-hmm. Well, when you see a recalibration, you think, okay, let's be patient.
Yes.
And I got to ask you this question, Jenks. Mm-hmm. We calibrating this quick? Have they set the bar too high?
I don't, but you know what? Maybe.
Because you got to realize, next year you're going to have a first place schedule.
And also, it's hard. Look, winning in the NFL
is very hard.
It is very hard. Going to back-to-back championship games is hard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done. I just think that the big picture is something you have to keep in mind.
In perspective, basically.
This is one of the greatest turnarounds
ever
in NFL history. But that's not exaggeration.
But they done seen it happen 2 years in a row. They seen the Texans do it with a new coach, new quarterback. Mm-hmm. We thought C.J. Stroud we'll never see this again.
Yeah.
Ups come Dan Quinn, Coach Quinn, and Jedi 5.
Yeah.
And they break it even more. They break it wide open. So now that the standards are here, what's the realistic standards
I think the standard is that this is a perennial playoff team.
All right.
This is a perennial playoff team with a chance every year
to get in the tournament.
And go all the way.
Yeah. All right. So now we're not just a tournament team, we're a tournament threat.
Before it was...
Can we get in the tournament?
Can we get to the playoffs? Yeah, can we get to the tournament? Can we make the playoffs?
Then we used to get in the tournament and be like, yeah, this is probably our last week.
Exactly. Like, we're one and done.
Yeah.
Probably.
But now I think we got that guy. And I think because we got that guy, watching the second game yesterday, watching Kansas City versus the Buffalo Bills, I feel so bad for Josh Allen.
God, I do too, man.
Because he's in that Peyton Manning window. You remember Peyton was stuck and could not get past.
He just had Tom right there.
Just one person. That's all Peyton needed to beat was one person. While you had Brett Favre and the rest of these guys gallivanting over here in the NFC, he could not get past that dude.
That's right.
And it seems like with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes just sleep.
And the Chiefs are always, and here's the thing. I was talking about this earlier, is that there's a reason why that when you talk about Lamar Jackson, not trying to get off topic here, and he has that narrative that, okay, he doesn't get done in the postseason. But that doesn't belong to Josh Allen because Josh Allen plays high-level football.
No matter what game.
No matter what game. It's just that the Chiefs are always a little bit better. Patrick is maybe a little bit better. The team's better. Andy Reid is one of the best to ever do it.
Haven't you learned, just don't give him the ball last?
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you game plan for him not to touch the ball last? I'm sitting here watching this game, and I'm like, I've seen this before. And the one thing I love about Patrick Mahomes, all regular season, he goes the whole season as a strictly pocket pass.
Right.
Playoffs start, and all I see is him waddling down the sideline.
Right.
All the time. And he like, I'm a timely unleash these weapons. All right. And it's just unbelievable to watch him continue to play at such a high level. But early pickings now, if I'm a betting man, I think Philly win the Super Bowl.
I mean, they looked good yesterday, and I do want to say one more thing about the Chiefs. Their little secret sauce is they have a top 5 defense and have had a top 5 defense the last 2 seasons. Yeah. Another thing Buffalo doesn't have. I know we focus on Mahomes, and he's great, Andy Reid, but that is a complete Kansas City team.
Chris Jones, Mississippi State royalty, takes over the playoffs.
He's as good as he gets.
Yeah, good as he gets right there. So, but like I said, if I'm a betting man, I think Philly has the most complete roster.
Well, we saw that on display against the Commanders. On paper, we knew Philly had more talent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the case from the beginning of the season.
We had more heart.
Yes. This team had come together and had the right attitude, had the better mentality. But we knew if you're going to turn the ball over 4 times against Philadelphia, or
if you turn the ball over 1 time.
Right. I know it happened early in the season when Jalen was out, and there was a whole 5 turnovers and all of that.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, the one thing the Commanders had not done up until this point was turn over the football, and that'll be a death knell for you.
I want to give Jalen Hurts his props. He
was
came
great.
out, he balled. I should have knew he was going to ball when he pulled up. I should have known then it was going to be a violent game for us. I'm going to tell you when I knew, I was like, damn, we might lose the game. When I saw Nick Foles in the stands.
Oh.
Big Nick. When I saw Nick, I was like, the last time Nick was in this stadium, they won.
He had that magical year, man.
Listen, like that shows you that it's about getting hot at the right time. And I thought we was the team that was hot at the right time. And then the Philadelphia seemed to be limping in.
Yeah.
But it just shows that we got a couple of more holes in this roster that don't need to be filled. We just need to upgrade them. We need a higher level of talent in certain places. But it was a great indication of where we trying to get and where we at. We played a team that's in a Super Bowl wonder, and we just starting to let the wonder down.
Yep.
All right, so it's right there.
I thought Jalen, too, I thought he was going to, we talked about whether or not he was going to be 100% or not.
Yeah.
We didn't know the health of that knee.
They tricked us.
They did, because he had design runs. He was all over the place. He looked as good as he's looked all season.
They tricked us all week. He might wear a brace. That's what they leaked to the media.
They sure did.
He wore one at practice. Listen, that's masterful.
He's been limited this week.
Yeah,
He looked limited.
It didn't look limited to me. He rushed for 3 touchdowns.
Right.
And what can I say about Saquon Barkley that ain't already been said?
Yeah.
Listen.
He's special.
Like, the best thing we got going for us right now is just Saquon is, 27? Like, he's going to get old.
I mean, that's
the only thing that's working in our favor right now. That he's eventually going to get old. Like, other than that, it's sickening.
Do you think we're going to see, it feels like it's always been a big rivalry. It's no question. It's the NFC East.
Yeah.
But doesn't it feel like now
it's the start of
It's the start of a more intensive, few years between Philly and DC?
Because it can only be a rival when both teams win.
Exactly.
All right. Now they seeing us, and we look like a younger, hipper version of them. All right. Y'all got a running quarterback that can throw. We got a throwing quarterback that can run. All right, y'all, our offensive line, we starting to build that young offensive line. We starting to get that toolkit. Yeah, I bet you when Philly looks at it, they say, all right, for the next 10 years, Washington is going to be who we got to be. It ain't the Cowboys. It ain't the Giants. It ain't the 49ers. It's Washington.
How your DMs doing right now?
My DMs are sick. Like Philadelphia fans,
God.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Do y'all not know how to love? Have y'all never got loved on? Are y'all just prohibited, violent people? What's wrong with y'all? Like, for some people to take the time they took out to come in my DMs with some of the stuff that they said, I'm like,
oh my God.
Y'all better be glad that I'm just so callous to it because I played in the league. But come on. Like, what do you want me? Because you want me to lash back out.
Oh, yeah.
I refuse to lash back out, but I've got people like, don't you ever speak on Philadelphia? What's wrong with y'all? Like, at what point is it just a game?
Right.
At what point is it just sports? Like, you can't let that be your life. Right. It ain't that serious, Jenks.
Well, that's what I'm like. You are projecting because whatever's going on with you is not good.
Yeah.
Look, I understand. I get passionate too, but would never be like, it's time for me to go online right now and DM someone.
No, you know what? I remember what Fred Smoot said a week ago. I'm finna go attack him.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna attack him with a whole synopsis of why he ain't nothing. I'm like, what are you doing? Come on, humans, be human. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Philadelphia fans. Fan is short for fanatic. Mm-hmm. Just because you're a fan, you don't have to be a fanatic. All right? And just because you're a fan, don't give you ownership in that team. All right? You don't have to get it tattooed on you. And after you get it tattooed on you, you still don't own no stakes in this team. All right? All right. This is an example, Jenks.
Okay.
Let's reverse the script. Let's say we beat Philadelphia 55-23.
Okay.
Our fans would have left out of their indignity.
That's right.
We have a very dignified fan base.
Not an exceptional fan base.
Yes. Not
our fans would have said, tip of the cap, good sirs.
Yes.
Good effort today. Handshake. Good luck moving forward. We'll see you next year.
We might say
best of luck.
Not like these dudes. These dudes are vile.
Yes.
And then I think one of my DMs was from like a 12-year-old.
Oh my God.
I was like, how are you even on IG? I'm practicing Philly fan. I'm ready for it. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta take my job. So it's vile. But it don't bother me. Like, I'm literally at home last night at like 11 o'clock. Having me a drink, reading these DMs, and I am laughing. Like, they just showed you what type of idiot I am. Like, I can laugh it off. And I was like, I know these people can't be this serious. And I was like, maybe they wanted me to be sad.
They want you to react in a way that makes them feel like they got to you.
I'm never going to do that.
Yeah,
like,
you're an NFL quarterback. Like,
just
you know what I
not.
mean? Like,
Twitter doesn't bother me. IG doesn't bother me because I know most of y'all won't even say it to my face.
that's the truth.
You won't say it to my face, so I'm not going to stoop level to your level and come back at you because guess what? You win. If I come back at you, all you going to say for the next 5 years, I got on the Fred Smoot skin. Look at the DM he sent me.
Oh, my God. They'll show it to everybody.
Let's show it to everybody. So
And if you want to DM me, you got something to say to me, say it to Smoot. Say it to me.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll just block you immediately.
I can take
haven't got the time.
Hey, I can take it.
Yeah, he can take it.
That's fine, man. Like, my feelings don't hurt because I ain't got none.
Man, I'll be upset. I'll be like, well,
What if somebody
this guy who used to go to the Veterans Stadium doesn't like me very much.
And be like, Jenks, you're not that good on the radio. Plus your hair.
Your hair,
terrible.
It looks awful.
Yeah.
Would you get a haircut? Get a new stylist? Terrible.
You'll probably lose your mind.
I probably would.
Yeah, don't let
Bother
that
me
get
for
to
weeks.
You got to be built emotionally sturdier than that.
I know, man. See, that's why we're a good balance.
Yeah.
So I'm the lover, man. I'm the lover in this show.
And sometimes lovers got to fight for what they want.
That is true. That's also true.
And one thing I got to say is Philly is a fighting fan base.
That is true.
Now, I had to say some of the disturbing stuff I seen last night on social media.
Anna's here, by the way.
Oh, hi. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, when it comes to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Did you see the dude with the grocery cart with the roasted pig on it?
I did not see that.
It was a grocery cart. He put chacos at the bottom. He made this middle part so you can see the fire burning, and he put the pig on top, and he's roasting the pig.
I saw the dude climb
the phone pole.
The phone pole and had a book like he was A.J. Brown, had the book upside down.
Yes, Philadelphia for you.
Of course he did.
It's Philly for you.
Right.
So we happy y'all going to the Super Bowl for the second time.
Second time in 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, Still got one trophy,
Well, let's give our own commander some props here because when we take a look at the big picture, and I know I am not saying, just for the record, there are no moral victories, okay? So both things can be true. You can be upset about the loss and also appreciative.
Happy about the season.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to reconcile when you're sort of in, it takes a while to come out of that fog.
Well, Jenks, it's only 2 teams left.
That's what I mean.
Right, before this weekend started, it was 4 teams.
Final 4, man.
And we was in the Final 4. So, man, if you want to talk about right there, like, I know it's some people wish we could have woke up this morning and be like, I can't believe it. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But guess what?
It's all right, though.
It happens.
I mean, think about what we saw this season. Dan Quinn, most wins in his first year as a head coach in Washington history. First conference championship game. since 1991. There's a lot of fans out there. They
Floor
were
model
born.
TVs.
You've never seen anything like that. JD5, Jedi 5, most touchdowns and yardage ever by a rookie quarterback. And the thing that gets me is we had more playoff wins, or as many playoff wins in one season this season as we experienced in the last 24 previous seasons. So while it hurts, this has been one hell of a year by any metric.
And then just think about the ride that these youngsters has taken us on. We started off the year with a dud in Tampa. Bounced back with a 5-6 field goal game against New York.
Yeah.
Then, so the season started to take its shape right then. Then the trip to Cincinnati to introduce the world to Jaden Daniels. So we've had these. Come on, we won the last 6 games on the last play of the game. This has been one of the most exciting years of all time. One thing I can say, this year revitalized a fan base. And we got respect around the world.
Bro, I was just going to say that because before, if you'd said I'm a Washington fan, you would have gotten a shrug, dismissed. Even Dan Quinn talked about that. It was like, you're just dismissed. It's not even worthy of a conversation. And now you tell people, oh, yeah, I'm a Commanders fan. I represent D.C. They're like, oh, you guys got something, man. You got something.
We are America's new team. We are America's new I found more people pulling for Washington this weekend than any other team that was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We became America's darling. People wanted to get on that, slow that bus down, let me get on. People wanted to be a fan of this team. It's unbelievable what these kids have done when it comes to this city. It's so funny how sports, when it's going good like this, people treat people a little better. I'm so shocked at how it makes people
It galvanizes a city.
It makes people disposition a little bit more relaxed and not as tense. The only people mad with Cowboy fans. That was it.
And in 2025, there's all sorts of division for different reasons. But when you have a team that everyone can get behind,
a unifier,
brings everyone together. Everyone's got that in common, and especially this city, which has such a rich history, to finally have that team come around and start doing big things again. Massive for the city, this area.
I can say it was massive for the city, and it also gave us the youth movement back. I haven't seen so many kids ripping the Commanders in decades. So it was a lot done this year to restore the mystique of the Washington Commanders.
And I think the one guy I'm happy for more than anyone is you.
All right. Thank you, Jenks.
And you and Terry McLaurin.
Listen.
Because what a good dude. As everyone says, hell of a player, better person, and he, before JD5, had gone through 10 different quarterbacks.
And not one word.
Didn't say a thing.
I didn't see him reading the Bible on the sideline. I didn't see him being
understandable.
I didn't see him being a diva.
Right.
Just work pale. Whoever my quarterback, so be it. He very Santana Moss in that way.
Yeah.
And you got to appreciate that. And now that he got a quarterback, because people always was asking the question, is he a true number one? How do we know unless I give him a true number one quarterback?
Right.
You give him a quarterback and he turned the league upside down. That's cause and effect. That's the reason I ain't play wide receiver. Too dependent.
Yeah.
Not only do I got to depend on the quarterback, I need to depend on the offensive line. Really, I need to depend on the offensive coordinator to call a play to throw it to me. It's just so much dependency. That's why when they be like, this wide receiver so dominant, he only dominant because he had 150 tries to burn us this year. 150 attempts. How do you know this guy not good? He only had 20 attempts this year. So it's one of them positions. Once you get to rolling at it, if you get some luck and have a quarterback, you could be a Jerry Rice. But most of the time, you don't become Jerry Rice because it just all the things don't line up for you.
Yeah. And if you need any proof that Terry McLaurin just always kept it on the level, just a few weeks ago, A.J. Brown was unhappy with the Eagles, and these dudes were winning games hand over fist, but he wasn't getting the ball.
Yes,
and he's got Jalen Hurts as a quarterback.
And this diva tendencies at its finest. We're winning, but I'm not getting mine.
I need to get mine. Right.
Yeah. So far, I guess you're a team player, I guess.
Guys, we want to hear from you. 703-726-7419. The jingle has been popping
It has been.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
Awesome
question.
jingle.
Also, you hear Anna. Anna, I have to ask a question that
Yes.
the people want to know because I'm not responsible for this. Anna, when are you going to be on camera? People want to see you.
Oh, I know. TBD.
Okay.
I'm still TBD. What if I have a bad hair day? Like, these are things I think about. And then
Well, Jenks never has a bad hair
That's
day.
true. You have to come on screen and compare.
Yeah,
to be ready.
You always look great. What are you talking about?
Maybe one day. I don't know.
one day. All right.
It's not out of the question. It's not out of the question.
Okay.
Well,
It's a
you
possibility.
got to do your first read today anyway.
I do have an ad read today.
Yeah,
so
you know.
Oh, do you?
spreading the wealth here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have Kayla kind of like bop
I know.
in, too,
Eventually,
'cause
we'll have
you'll see
Kayla
a
doing ad
reference
reads.
as well.
I know. I love it when Kayla gets a shout out.
I do
It is
too.
much deserved.
It's a
She
family
kills
around
it.
Yeah, she keeps it together.
Yeah. Fred. And Kayla's laughing in the
keeps it
control room right now. She's like, "You are ridiculous.
She
I
keeps
said
it together.
You should see
She
the
keeps
look
us
on her
together.
face right
That's
now."
what I said. She keeps us together.
She does. She does.
saved us
She
today.
saved us today.
Okay,
we
yeah, she did.
we don't
She did.
deserve
Kayla's giving us
Kayla,
the
by
look
the way.
from the window.
Every time
I
I
am so-
say something, it's something attached to it.
Well,
I was legitimately
sometimes-
saying she keeps us together.
Oh.
Y'all looked at me like I
In
said
case
what?
people, Fred will walk in and he'll like compliment you, and you're like, "What's wrong here?" Because normally, Fred, you're a trash talker, and
this is
it's a
cracking
good
me
thing.
up.
It's affectionate trash talk. So when it's actually nice, you're like,
Y'all second
what's
guess
going on?
it.
Yeah,
When it's
because you're
nice.
trying to get into our heads.
See, I thought you said like she keeps it together like she's barely holding on, and I was like, oh,
No, I was saying she keeps us together.
She- and she
I
does.
guess So I
That's
just
true.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah,
but
like,
She
I
does.
can't come in and say nothing. If I come in like, yeah, fresh kicks, fresh shoes you got on. They'll be
please
like,
come in from now on and go fresh kicks.
Yeah,
fresh
I'd be like, oh, them shoes look good. They'd be like, what's wrong with my shoes?
Something feels off. I'll just say it. Something feels off when you're.
703-726-7419. Or you can email us, WashingtonGetLoud@gmail.com. What do we got, Anna?
Well, first of all, keep sending your emails, guys. We appreciate them. I'm trying to figure out what to do because you guys are always sending us cool fan art or your man caves / fan
we
caves.
like to see it all.
All the things.
Now that it's the off season, we might need to rank the man caves.
That's what I'm thinking, or like
Ooh, that's a
fan
good
art or
idea. I like
something.
that, yeah.
Because people just send so much creative stuff. People
Yeah,
are
I
sending.
rank your man cave and tell you who's really the royalty of man caveism.
Yeah, we get Washington inspired songs all the time. So thanks, guys, for sending your stuff. We appreciate it, and we're currently thinking of ways too.
Hey, I slept with my left hand up last night, even though we lost.
It's a true supporter.
It took me a second. I was like, yeah, I got you.
All right, so we'll do 2 voicemails now, and then hit some commercials, and
right.
then we'll hit the rest of our voicemails. So be sure to stick around, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Fred, Jenks, this Willie from Sussex County. Man,
Willie.
what a tough loss. First thing I gotta say, man, great season. We definitely exceeded expectation this year. I like the direction we're going in with Dan Quinn and his staff, hoping Cliff and Joe Witt State continues to build the offense and the defense. It definitely hurts. But me as a long-living Burgundy and Gold,
Supposed to hurt,
Redskins,
Willie.
Commanders, Washington football team fan, I've seen, oh my God, what haven't I seen? But I'm happy
right.
for this team.
Thank you, Willie.
And we just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Great learning experience for the coaching staff, the owners, the players, everybody. But Philly knew this is going to be a battle for the next 15 years. Hail to the Commanders.
Willie Smith the fifth.
I was going to say, Willie.
Willie Smith the fifth of his name. I love it. Listen, that's my nickname, Willie Smith the fifth.
He stole it from you.
Yes, sir. My homeboy that called in, that's why he did that. Because he knew I was going to say something. Because that been my code name, Willie Smith the fifth.
You ever check into a hotel with a fake name?
Willie Smith the
Is
fifth.
that the one? Is there a Fred Smoot here? No.
No.
Check a Willie Smith the fifth. He's right here, sir.
Yeah, we got a fifth in here. Yeah, we got a fifth of his name in here. What you talking about? Willie.
I mean, you're right, Willie. Ran into a buzzsaw, that's all right, but for the long term.
They was already in their playoff window.
They were in the Super Bowl.
They're in the Super Bowl window right now. Our window just starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, next one. Sorry, I realized one of the voicemails got deleted, so I'm just going to move on to the next one.
I
know it's from our friend C. Michael Hinson, who wrote our jingle, so shout out to him. Sorry it got deleted, but shout out. Thank you for leaving your voicemails every week. Okay, next person. You guys know how this goes.
Dan and Jenks, calling wrong before the game happens. So just calling for two reasons. One, thank you, regardless as to what happens in the game, for all the great vibes this year. And second of all, I'm just kind of curious why Anna says there's no online evidence of your Heisman campaign, because if you type in Fred Smoot for Heisman, the first thing that pops up is an article about memorable Heisman campaigns, featuring probably the greatest football quote of all time, which is, water covers 70% of the earth, Fred Smoot covers the rest. So I'm not sure why she's acting like it's not on the internet, Fred. Don't let her lie to you. It's right there, first thing that pops up on Google. And other than that, hail to the Commanders. This is Riley from Cleveland, by the way. Thanks for your great work all year.
Brian from Cleveland.
And he uses Bing. That's why it didn't pop up immediately.
Hell yes, Brian. Yes, yes, yes. All right. That's when a fan, when keeping it real, goes right. Right? Because he understood the challenge. He understood that Anna just went around at that time.
Okay.
When I was young. Can
I defend myself here?
Go right ahead.
This is what I have to say. As a journalism major at the University of Colorado, an esteemed
the junior
public
college
university,
the junior college of Colorado,
magna cum laude,
numerous academic societies and clubs.
You have to cite your sources, okay? I saw that same article, and then I proceeded to look up more information. And Fred, I'm sorry, there was nothing else there.
It was 1999, 2000.
Like the internet really
we used
exists.
to write things down then. The internet was fairly new.
I know.
I also asked members of my library club, and no one else could find another verifying source, Fred.
But all you had to do was be in college at that time. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Santana remembered it.
I would have loved to see it.
Mike Vick remembered it. All right.
And back in my day, you had to use the Dewey Decimal System.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. We went to the Playboy American thing. I was one of the best players there.
Oh, yeah. Playboy All-American was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Back in the
good
day.
for you.
So what are you talking about?
No, you could. I'm just saying I didn't see anything enough on the internet, and that's why I said no. But that being said, I would have been very excited for you to be in the running for a Heisman.
At the beginning of the internet,
I know.
information was at a low. You had to actually read it out of the encyclopedia. You know what encyclopedia is?
Of course I do.
I'm just asking.
You had to go to a GeoCity site.
Yeah.
Find the Heisman results.
I remember to acquire knowledge, you had to ask your professor. Oh. You remember that?
Maybe you referenced an almanac.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I will say it would have taken me forever to write papers if I wasn't living in this day and age.
Who worked the last paper? Let
Now
me write
it's
it.
just Chat GPT. You switch a few words up.
I know. It's
How they gonna do
crazy.
it now with the future AI? Like, how they going to assign homework when I could go home and ask Alexa
I know.
for my
Now
homework?
they have to have programs and software that is integrated that can decipher whether or not you've used an AI program in order to write.
They had that while I was there too. They were always like checking for plagiarism, and they have tons of that software. But it's impressive.
It's a bleak future.
Truly. Well,
Smoot for Heisman.
So anyway, Smoot for Heisman.
Smoot for Heisman.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm not going to doubt you, Fred.
I know this. Sean Springs was never up for the Heisman.
That's true.
The only people in here, London Fletcher, Big Bubba, he wasn't up for the Heisman. All right? The only two people that was on this team we got that was up for the Heisman is me and Santana.
True.
That's true.
I'd love to. Yeah, we'll have to bring Sean onto the show soon. We'll have to bring him.
Please.
You want to pay some bills?
I'll kick it off.
Yes.
I'll kick it off the paying the
Anna,
bills.
go right
I
ahead.
know.
My apologies.
The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with the Bet365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with Parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or bet during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today and join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yep.
That's pretty
That's
good.
the boss right there.
Buffalo, Colorado, they teach us something.
They don't call me prime time for no
Well, you
reason.
got Colorado, you got Texas and Mississippi State academics.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we got them by that much.
MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life don't escape us. We dream of any place in the world, and in a blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. And I just thought I was going to meet a stampede of Washington Commanders fans in Dulles International Airport next week as we went down to the Super Bowl together.
Man, that makes me sad.
As we heard it down there. All right? Now, when this season started, I dreamed of a Beltway battle. This Baltimore versus Washington.
Yep.
I never would have thought that Washington got closer than Baltimore.
I would not have guessed that.
So this just shows you how enlightening this season was. Like, any bed man would have said, no, the Ravens are in a wonder. They are rebuilding. No way they can make it to the NFC Championship. We did.
Also, isn't there a Beltway in Baltimore too? Like, don't they call it the Battle of the Beltways because Baltimore has a Beltway?
Yeah,
Not
they
as
got-
famous as the DC Beltway.
They got 695, right?
Yeah.
I guess it is, but our Beltways connect through 95.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think when it comes down to the closest cities to have NFL teams, we are the two. To have two
It has to be, right?
different teams in different cities.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about the New York Giants, New York Jets.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about two different cities. Yeah, we're the closest.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, out of everybody.
Or LA. Well, if we're not.
No, because LA is LA.
LA is LA,
Yeah,
yeah.
two LA teams. It ain't like it's LA and San
I
Bernardino.
guess it'd be LA, Vegas.
No, Vegas ain't close to LA.
Oh,
like
Houston, Dallas.
Dallas is actually like 3.5
That's like
hours
3.5,
from
4
Houston.
hours
Oh,
away.
Too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Too far. Okay,
Probably,
yeah,
probably
maybe.
longer than that.
Yeah, I've been saying
Yeah.
Dallas and Houston
What about
is not
Jackson?
under each other.
How far is Jacksonville from my? Okay, I'm sorry.
How far
I'm
is
starting
Oh, man, now we're getting into
No,
it.
Jacksonville is closer to Tampa. But yet
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still Baltimore is closer to Washington,
Wow.
D.C. than Tampa
Yeah.
and Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Man,
it's East
Hannah's
Coast for you.
Off
Sorry.
the grid here. How far is it from Mobile to Anchorage?
Yeah. I'm gonna say
I know.
Where am I right now?
figure it out.
wrong directions right now.
I'll try to get on that as soon as I can. So, moving forward, a lot of salary cap money next season. Some positions that certainly need to be,
80
filled or tightened up.
Plus million. Yeah. Put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is why Coach Quinn was kind of hurt yesterday because he understands no team, no matter what year it is ever the same team.
That's right.
Meaning, personnel-wise, it's going to be some upgrades, might be some downgrades, might be a youth movement in a position.
And you don't keep everybody. You just don't.
You can't keep everybody. You don't want to be the same team. So it's them things where you and the best thing we could have took away from that Philadelphia game is it was a measuring stick game to show us that we got some room to go. We got some places to grow in, but I like to say I don't like to go and say what we ain't got. I like to talk about what we do got. We find out we got a playoff coach. We got a franchise playoff quarterback. We got a left tackle. We got a number one receiver. We got linebackers. We got special teams. We got pieces. Now, where do we need to be upgraded? I would say you need some more dynamic players on offense. I think to really unleash Terry, you're going to need to kind of do what they do in Philadelphia. Even though they got A.J. Brown, they got Devontae Smith, so we as a defense can't
Dallas
ever...
Goddard, Saquon. If you gave, I know Terry needs some help. If you gave Jaden some help.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
So what I'm saying, when you got a full plate like they have, I have to play generic on defense. When you have a plate that has its main course and its entrees right here, I can put all the attention to Terry. Who else gonna beat me? So getting Terry a running mate, you got to ask yourself: do I want to be more dynamic in the offensive backfield? Because you saw what a Saquon Barkley can do. You seen what a Jahmyr Gibbs can do to an offense. So you got to ask yourself: do I want to get dynamic there? We getting a little long in the tooth, even though Ertz had 11 catches.
Yeah.
You know, you got to ask yourself about the tight end position. So it's questions to be answered. Sam Cosme, you don't know when you're getting him back.
Yeah,
you got to get some more line depth. So it was a gut check that says, on your way, still got more building to do.
I think the thing I'm most excited about is just the mentality here, which I know may seem like an obvious thing to say, but you can tell listening to those guys after the game and knowing that they've all bought in. Like, they know, like, all right, we could have had this. We gave it away based on turning the football over.
Just turned it over too much.
But we've got something
here.
No,
we got something.
And we're going to carry this into next year because we know what we can do. And sometimes it's that motivator that pushes you to the next level once you bring a new talent.
We've seen this time and time again. The upstart group gets hot, goes on a run, get beat by the person that's in the championship window. You got to get there to taste the NFC Championship before you can get to the Super Bowl. Like, we did what we got. We got a taste of how it feels. And they don't like it. It tastes foul in their mouth because they lost. They feel like they let a lot of people down. They raised a lot of us up. All right? They raised a fan base from the dead. They rejuvenated a fan base. They done great things. They exceeded the expectations to the level nobody would have thought of.
Right.
But now that they got a taste, they're going to want more and more and more. And now you got to understand, Jaden is going to need help to beat a team like that. Like, you can't go in there and play a perfect game with a team like that, because that's what you have to do with the roster we have.
And also, you have JD5.
Yeah.
Like, you have a quarterback who is already an elite quarterback in the NFC.
It could be the best quarterback in the NFC.
Best quarterback in the NFC. Will only get better. And I hear a lot of people, and I don't really like the comparison, say, well, this is like C.J. Stroud. He took a step back. I think they're different quarterbacks in a lot of ways.
I don't personally think C.J. took a step back. I just think he put the bar so damn high.
Yeah.
Like, rebounding to that bar. This is what we do. All right. Did people say Pat Mahomes took a step back this year? Because his stats showed,
and the regular season was, compared to previous seasons, not mediocre. Yeah,
because he set the bar so high.
Right.
But this is actually, to him, his best season, because he felt like he had to gut out and gut check wins the whole year to get here. So what scale are you going on, or grading on? Like, C.J. Stroud, I don't think they just loaded the table. They said, all right, we got a young quarterback. Let's go. And then guess what? Everybody got hurt.
Right.
Like, the main thing you loaded up on wide receiver, he ended up having one guy when the year was over with. The team with more players available at this time of year usually wins the game. Philadelphia came in there with a full deck. Right? Everybody was there.
I mean, this is their time.
This is their window.
Yeah, it is.
This is their window. We just tried to creep in that window and crack it. But no, this was their window.
What is it like when, I mean, whether it's college, pro, whatever it is, when you've had a season where you have that disappointment and you have to live with that during the off season? Like, how much does that motivate you to keep it going and to be better?
That pain motivates.
Yeah.
Hunger motivates. The reason a lot of us here because of want to. Like, you wake up every day as a young child wanting to be in the league. Think about that. You wake up every day as a 9-year-old just yearning to be in the league, knowing you got 10 more years of just pure development. Everything you got to do for the next 10 years has to be for free.
Yeah.
And it has to be for a dream, meaning the dream might not happen. So after you go through getting up every day, living that life and wanting that, when you get a taste of something like that, it only rewires you the same way.
Yeah.
To go back that year and say, whatever I did last year must wasn't good enough. I need to add something else.
Yeah.
So it makes you self-check. It makes you self-evaluate. It makes you say, what could I have done in that NFC Championship game? Like Marshawn Lattimore would be like that this offseason. Payne, because he couldn't play, would be like,
could I have made a difference in this game?
could I have helped us win this game? All right, John Allen. Like, so everybody be pointing the finger at themselves saying, damn, what else could I have done? And there go that what drives you in the offseason.
Yeah. And even Jaden himself, you know, he cursed and apologized for cursing, but he was saying, like, for a guy who's always so poised, you could tell
pain.
You could tell how hurt he was and that he never wants to be in that situation again.
And guess what? It's only one way not to be in that situation, and that's to win. Like, you could see it in Josh Allen's voice. Like, I just felt for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like, felt for him because I'm like, he in that Peyton Manning window. He in that Peyton Manning wonder to Tom Brady. And Peyton, you remember when Peyton couldn't get over that hump? It was like...
And it wasn't his fault.
It was like Peyton would just... I can't beat him.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I know he playing against my defense, but I just can't figure... So, people been here. It's like basically golfers that played in the dynasty of Tiger. It ain't that you weren't good.
Right.
It's just played in the wrong era. It's just like if you played with Michael Jordan.
I was going to say, like, think about the Jazz teams back in the day.
Think
Or
about Patrick Ewing.
Like Charles Barkley would have a ring. Patrick Ewing would probably have a ring. But it's like...
Dominique Wilkins.
Right. It's like, but I can't get past this dude and this team. And by the way, one of the greatest dynasties ever. And even if the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl, we'll talk about the Super Bowl in a second, they're already known as a dynasty. When you win back-to-back Super Bowls, when you have the level of success they've had, that is a dynasty in the National Football League. Josh Allen just happens to be going up against Patrick dynasty just like Peyton Manning did.
Is this 7 consecutive AFC championships for Kansas City?
Sure is.
Now,
it's remarkable.
One was with Alex Smith, right? Yeah. When Patrick was on the bench, when they drafted him and didn't start him, Alex made it to the playoffs. I don't know if he made it to the AFC Championship.
I don't remember, honestly.
It's just unbelievable.
It's right. What they're doing is unbelievable.
Because you would have thought, especially the last couple of years, the AFC has had the quarterbacks, right?
Yes.
Right. They've had the quarterbacks, and you would have thought, if not Josh Allen, Lamar. If not Lamar, like somebody, it can't be Bo Nix. Right. You would have thought somebody would have threatened Patrick Mahomes' supremacy by then. But it's Andy Reid and Pat. Like once you
and that's the thing too is that Andy Reid is such a great head coach.
Yeah,
and was so close in Philly. Remember that used to be the narrative with him. He can't get over the hump. He can't win it. He can't win it. But when you have a Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame quarterback, same thing with Belichick and Brady. Yeah, like that mind meld that they have, that marriage, the coaching, that marriage. Yeah. Oh man, that's just really tough to break through.
No, it is. When you have, that's why they say this is the ultimate team sport. Like, and that's the best thing we got working for us right now. We got top of the line GM, top of the line head coach, top of the line quarterback. That gives us a chance to win any season.
No doubt.
Any season.
We'll pay some bills. Then we'll talk about Super Bowl a little bit before we get you out of here. Commanders fans, well, the season might be over, but SeatGeek is here to help in every single way. You can experience all the action in any sport. They make it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every single celebration this season. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders football games because the next season is going to be here before you know it, or any other live event in the D.C. area. SeatGeek is the place to do it. The official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. I'll have Anna read it next time. I'll take a break, sip my coffee.
Yeah, you know, iced
Anna,
coffee.
take it away.
We had a big discussion about should iced coffee be a thing?
Yes,
you are not a fan of iced coffee.
You're a hater, Fred.
I like coffee the proper way. Like, I don't know if I'm like the English and I like my Earl Grey a certain way. But what I'm saying, bloke.
Frederick Smoot.
Yeah, I like coffee, put their Folgers in my cup. Like
old school. I like that. You're being all high flipping your coffee. I'd like some Folgers.
Like it ain't nothing. It's like nothing like walking into a Wawa and smelling their coffee. You gotta say that.
Oh yeah.
Come on now, walking into a Sheetz and that coffee over there.
You get the burger, the schmonster.
How do people walk up there? Like anytime I'm in there and people like, yeah, give me an iced coffee. I'd be like, first of all, if my coffee gets cool. I don't want it no more. I want it because it's hot. It's zesty. It says, aroma say, get up and go your butt to work. That's what that warm cup of coffee says. That cool cup of coffee says, you've been up for a while.
That's me.
And I've been sitting on the shelf over here.
Oh.
And I should not be drunken anymore.
See, I get up around 4-ish every morning, right?
Yeah.
Do a show, and it's always hot coffee. I gotta have hot. I'm not gonna start my day with iced coffee. I smell the aroma.
At what point is iced coffee needed?
Because when my day is over, I'm like, I got to go do this pod with Fred Smoot. I need extra caffeine. I put this is a red eye. This got an extra shot of espresso. Like, I got to keep going. Normally, I'm napping right now.
Even the ice get in coffee and don't know why it's there. Huh? Like, why? It's no cold
Have
beverage.
you tried like different types of iced coffee though?
I have never tried iced coffee.
Well, see, there you go.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
All right? It's one of those things that if you say it out loud, you're like, that's just like me saying, you know what, Jenks? Mm-hmm. I'm going to the dry water park this weekend.
Oh my gosh. You're such a grandpa. You're being
I'm just saying.
grandpa,
There's
Fred.
no such thing as a dry water park. Water's wet. Right?
But if you haven't tried it, you know what this reminds me of? This is like the iPhone Android argument because I have an Android.
Wait, I got both.
Okay.
I got both.
And you would be amazed at the number of people who have had an iPhone for so long that they can't imagine another phone can do the same thing. I had someone say to me, can you text pictures? I'm like, it is 2020. Yes. Are you out of your mind? Of course I can text a picture. I was at the doctor and the girl walks in and she, puts up the, whatever it is, the little checkout thing. And so I tap my phone, tap to pay. She goes, wow, it's really cool you have that on your phone. I was like, what do you think?
Do you think that
Is this a BlackBerry? Like, what are you doing? But it's like I was like, I bet you've never had a different phone, so you can't fathom what it might be like.
we're the generation that had sidekicks? All right?
Oh, the Sidekick was hot. Though.
Yeah,
It
the
was
flip
hot.
phone.
Yeah,
Like, we the
it was.
generation that has seen it all. We are a VCR. Do you know what a VCR is, Anna?
That's a video. That's a video videotape with you have to put it in the video.
Yeah.
Video cassette recorder.
Yeah.
That's the
That's how I knew.
word.
And it goes, that's a video. It's a video.
Yeah.
That's a tape thing.
That
Right?
goes
For old
in
people.
in the player. That's not a DVD.
That's
it's a
what,
little bit bigger.
You know, we used to have
And you
like
can rewind
DVDs
it.
stacked up on the wall. It was like a thing
my
to show
gosh.
off your collection.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
Wow.
But now everything fits in.
I had
This phone?
VCR when I was little. And I remember when Blu-ray became a thing. I feel like I got a little bit of the VCR. I did.
I just think you was living in the woods in Colorado, or your dad and they had to give you something to hard life.
Mom was cutting her hair, saving some
I
dollars.
know.
Yeah, like don't even care. Come on in here. Bring them scissors.
Super Bowl 59.
Damn, supposed to been ours.
Oh, my God, it's supposed to have been ours. I
Man,
know.
listen,
Here we go.
It's supposed to been ours, but now it's Philadelphia, Kansas City, and this is something I have always done because I played I played my whole career in the NFC. I never played for an AFC team. So anytime a team goes from the NFC, I usually cheer for the NFC, and if it's an NFC East team, which is our division, I cheer for this division because we are the only division in football that every team has a Super Bowl trophy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're the only division in football that has that claim to fame. And now the only team with just one Super Bowl, which is the Philadelphia Eagles, why they talk so much trash, you would think they've been the crown jewel.
Yeah.
You only got one Super Bowl. All right, let's be honest.
That's true.
I want them to get their second Super Bowl. I don't want to see the three-peat happen. I love dynasties. I grew up doing the Jordan dynasty, the Tiger Woods dynasty, the Magic Johnson. I love dynasties. I don't want this one to be it.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I can cheer for either team because I feel like I'll start the game and we're like, all right, I hate the Eagles. I want the Chiefs to win. And then they'll cut away to like Taylor Swift with their buddies for like the 80th time. I'll be like,
Why do I got to take so many
all right.
texts about Taylor Swift?
I don't know.
Like-
and then they'll show, and then I'll be like, all right, fine, I'll cheer for the Eagles. They'll cut away to some maniac fan who'll be like punching a baby or something crazy. And
But
I'm
it
like, I
be
can't cheer
women
for that.
football fans that hate Taylor Swift. I don't get it.
Well, I don't hate Taylor Swift.
No, me neither.
I hate saturation of anything. Like
Well,
after a while, it's like the same thing with the Chiefs. Like I don't have any real
I
reason
remember
to hate
when we
the
were
Chiefs.
having this conversation about their relationship when it first started, and people were like, it ain't real. And I was like, it's real. All right, it's real.
Oh, so you're on board with the whole Kelsey Swift marriage?
Yes, I am on board with it. What's wrong with that? People being happy. Like, think about this. For the first time in Taylor Swift's life, not only do she get some sense of being a regular person, she not always on the spot no more. Because Trav going a lot of attention too. So like last night, she at the game, it's all about Trav. All right? Now she get to share her life with a person that brings normalcy to her.
I can't believe it. You're a Swiftie.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm a people person.
I am not. I would never wish any ill will. I hope they're happy, but any saturation of anything, like it's the same thing with the Chiefs. Like I'd say the same thing about Patrick Mahomes. Like I am tired of hearing that voice, and I'm tired of seeing that face. Like I want something else to see. Like it's not a hatred personally or wishing ill will. It's just that. It's just like when the Patriots were winning all the time. I was tired of looking at Tom Brady's handsome face all the time.
Yeah, and Giselle too. But
Yes.
what I'm saying is, when it comes to Swift, because of her popularity and her success, we have seen success send people into solitude. You seen what it did to Michael Jackson. Seen what it did to Prince.
That's true.
They couldn't come outside, man. And to see her...
Look at Bubbles. Where's he?
Bubbles
By
Jackson,
himself in Florida.
By himself. Like,
Oh my
they
goodness.
just cast him out. That's
my
what I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is, to see her with some normalcy, I applaud that. And to see him happy and to see her happy, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with them being happy. I'm not suggesting that. Although you make a good point about being famous and living in solitude. Like I saw, it was on YouTube, it was an interview with Lady Gaga, and somebody asked her about not being able to go out any longer because of her fame, just to walk around. And she started crying. And she was like, I just miss people. Like I just can't go around and just be a normal person. I have to have security. I have to have detail. There are cameras everywhere. And she was very sincere. Like she was just kind of caught her off guard. Like, yeah, I just miss people. And she was crying. I was like, with fame comes a price. There's no question.
And
would I still take it? Yes, I would.
But guess what? So when I see people with just over the top fame and them still having norms, that's why I like Jedi 5. For him to be as put up on a pedestal as he is, if you come around here, you'll never know it. You will never know it. He don't give off that high life quarterback vibe. He give off, I'm just a dude.
Yeah.
And Trav Kelce is just a dude. Jason Kelce has showed you, I'm just a dude. I'm just sexy and chunky. Like, I love that. Mama Kelce, she the whole mama of the city of Kansas City right now. So I enjoy that. And for Taylor to be alone for this ride in this very popular family, I'm sure she feels like one of the gang instead of the gang. She feels like a person. And I don't know why females hate so much that Taylor Swift is at the game. Because I'm like, I get texts all the time. Why is Taylor there? Because other people are there. Do you not see Matthew McConaughey at our game? Do you not see people at our game? Come on, man. Applaud people when they happy, man.
This is how I know it's the off season, man. The off season is in full effect.
All I'm saying is, I just
We're
get tired of
talking
people.
Travis Kelce,
I know.
Taylor
We're already on
again.
Kelce and Swift.
I just get tired of people being Debbie Downers. That's
No,
where
I
I'm
get
at.
that.
Yeah,
I get that.
I like to pull for people to be happy because I think happiness is the best. If you want the best out of people and Americans and whoever, happy is the way to get the best.
I love to love. So
Yeah.
you know me, like I'm not gonna hate on someone just because they're experiencing happiness. Like that's the worst, that's the most miserable existence you can live, is to make yourself feel better by demeaning someone else because they're happy for no real reason.
And guess what? We see killjoys all the time. I refuse to be one. So onward with the Taylor Swift story. I'm just saying, as much as I hate the city of Philadelphia,
But you cheer for Philly.
I want Philly to win because I want the NFC East to win.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going for Philadelphia. All right, A.J. Brown is a Mississippi boy.
Okay.
All right, so I got, it's reasons why.
Yeah.
All right, it's reasons why I feel like
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I gotta think about it. Eagles fans are gonna be insufferable.
they already insufferable. Like, come on, some of the stuff they like.
I think I'll cheer for the Chiefs because look, I've talked to some Chiefs fans, and look,
Chief fans are nice fans.
they are nice fans, but at least I don't have to be around. You
Damn.
start winning a lot, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Which I'd be the same way. Look, if you're winning a lot, you got to ride that out and enjoy that as much as you can. So I get it. I don't know how.
I just don't want another championship to go to the AFC either.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
fair.
what I'm saying. NFC for life. So therefore, that's what it is. I'm with the blue team, not the red.
Wait, blue?
Yeah, NFC is blue in the Pro Bowl.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about the Eagles. I was like,
No.
you go with the logo.
No,
like,
NFC is blue in the Pro Bowl. AFC is red.
I got you. That's a good call, man. You got me on that one.
Yeah, I know it.
All right, look at that. See, you're blue. I'm red. Look at this.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. That's going to do it for the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek. That's my guy, Fred Smoot. I'm Michael Jenkins. Thanks for being with us. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you. The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.